Oh, hello.
Well, hi, Jason.
Hi, Ward. How are you?
I'm good. I'm sipping a new Pinot Grigio.
Ah, you're so lucky. I'm in Tokyo and I can't. Well, I guess I could, but it's kind of shameful. It's like
Really?
1 p.m.
Oh, well, it's 5 p.m. somewhere, past 5 p.m. somewhere, and
What time is it there?
it's 8 p.m. here in San Diego.
Right. Because I live in the future. I'm on Friday, 1 p.m., and you're on Thursday.
But you left your heart and your virginity in San Francisco. I don't know about your
Where
virginity, actually.
yeah, where did I leave my virginity? I'm having trouble remembering. Oh.
Stop. We're not that old. No. Mm-mm.
I think it's in Texas somewhere.
Oh,
Somewhere.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely past 5 in Texas.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I should have a drink, right?
Yes.
Oh god, I might have a beer. But anyway, how are you doing? How are things?
Uh, I'm good. It is what is it? January 2021.
Yes.
Um, I'm having a little bit of Pinot Grigio at night because
Yes.
it's January 2021.
Oh, you should. If there's any reason to have a drink, it's because it's January 2021.
I thought it was gonna be like like rainbows, unicorns, and puppies.
Right?
Um, I don't know.
No, I don't think so. After yesterday, I'm sure anyone who's listening in the modern era right now knows that the Capitol was attacked or what? How do you say it? Vandalized
Um,
and
yeah, it
yeah,
was sedition, I believe,
yeah, sedition,
and rioting,
insurrection.
insurrection.
It
Correct.
was a Hollywood movie. Well, there is a famous insurrection, but no, it was it was pretty
Wasn't so
horrible.
funny.
I have a bad feeling about it. Ugh. Yeah.
I do as well. So here's well, okay. I'll drink to February 2021. I think it'll all be better than unicorns and
Okay, here's to February. Woo!
February. Also, I have this weird cough, Jason, and it's not COVID, I swear, but
Yeah.
that's also still going on.
You got
So
tested. You don't have COVID. Yeah.
that's correct.
Yes.
But I was like, oh, you know what? I want to go back to simpler times.
Yes. Simpler times of cold and flu.
Yes, and 2009
And
when
2009.
that seems like forever ago.
I know. Wow. I can't even imagine. Oh, well, no, I can. And I remember feeling so happy, or relatively happy compared to the Trump administration. But
Yep.
yeah. And well, I wonder how many people support Trump who would listen to a podcast about drag queens.
Well, you never know.
Yeah,
I mean, people support people for all sorts of different reasons.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So, mm, you
Well,
know, uh,
they, yeah, I don't know. I have been surprised to find some Trump supporters among my friends, like on Facebook or even real life. I'm like, oh, really? Okay.
again, they support for different reasons.
Yeah.
But like yesterday's events were no excuses. Were no excuses.
Yes, but interesting. I know this isn't a political podcast, but still, I'm I noticed that the left is implying that Trump caused the riots. I think that may be true indirectly, but it is not true that he told them to attack the Capitol. He said march down to the Capitol. I have seen nothing saying that he told them to be violent. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't stop. I don't know if he should have stopped it sooner. Exactly the timing on that, but but
I
the left and the right media, it drives me crazy. It really does.
uh,
They just exaggerate and play on things and try to make the news. I feel like we're in the make your own news era on both sides. But whatever.
I know they should just. I know. Can't they just stick to entertainment and podcasts?
Can't we just watch news about Drag Race?
There you go. Simpler, again, simpler times. Ugh, if all they had to worry about was their junk showing through, or we'll talk about it later. Some of the challenges they had, wigs falling off. Oh, finally, it happened. It happened. Wigs fell off.
Yes, it did. This episode.
So, shall we jump into it?
Yes, we're talking about episode 3 of season
Episode 3.
1. When I first
What did
started it, I'm like, wait, are we already on 3? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, what did you think of it overall?
Overall, I liked it. I mean, I enjoyed watching it. I was entertained by the drama. I was wondering how much of this is editing though, because I'm like, wait, did Chanel really do that bad, or was that just editing?
Yeah, okay. I also feel like that was very heavily this was a pretty heavily edited episode.
Yeah, I think so. And I feel like maybe they were trying to make stories happen a little bit on this one, but it's hard to say without seeing what really happened. But because it's edited, it seemed like they built out a story, and but it was entertaining. I was entertained.
I was too, and I feel like again, I can't believe 2009 was that long ago. Those shots, those just felt like, oh my god, is it blurry? It shouldn't be blurry, right? I mean, this is all digital, right?
it,
But
I
there
know.
were shots
What
that I felt like were just
I know.
out of
It's like they
focus or
put
something.
Vaseline on the glass. Really, it's like
Exactly. Okay,
wow.
exactly.
It was so blurry, and I wondered if that was a RuPaul request in the beginning that maybe he didn't want to look old, even though he doesn't. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, and and if he needed that Vaseline back in 2009, oh my god,
Oh, I
what's he using now?
know. Exactly. He looks great. Like,
He
but
looks
maybe it wasn't that. Maybe they wanted to make everyone look more glamorous or pretty by making it kind of foggy or whatever. I don't know.
I think I think it worked.
Well, yeah, I guess because you can't really see the details of their faces.
It looks isn't that the grinder trick that people use?
That is, isn't that an Instagram filter?
Oh yeah. They were definitely ahead of their times.
They were ahead of their time. Uh, I can't believe this show was on Logo when it first came out, and probably wasn't even that popular at first. I don't know what the ratings were like, but it really exploded. Amazing.
I still really like so this is still season 1 and I
Yeah,
they're on Logo. I It definitely has that feel of an independent, like a startup project.
yeah,
It
yeah.
feels a little gritty and it's got heart
It does. It does, and it has errors.
and not a lot of budget.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, today's challenge is take this garbage and make a dress. Now that's a low budget challenge.
That was yesterday's challenge, Rue.
Yeah, we'll do it again, bitches.
Well,
Uh,
when I was watching this with my partner, and I was like, when they mentioned Oprah, and I was like, oh my god, is Oprah gonna show up on that show?
I thought
It's like
so
no,
too. Yeah, 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 yeah. That would have been so cool.
but I
Oprah's,
keep forgetting that it's a
mhm,
small budget show, like in the beginning, and
yeah.
Ben was like, no, no.
Well, I don't think Oprah's ever been on the show, even all these years. Maybe one
Well,
day.
think they were definitely not big enough back then. I think to get
Yeah,
Oprah on the show,
yeah, yeah.
unfortunately.
I do believe that RuPaul loves Oprah, and this is one of the reasons why. But also I watched his Netflix series AJ and the Queen, which was surprisingly good and had a hallmarky kind of feeling. But
Ooh.
in the show, he idolizes Oprah, and like that's his like religion practically in the show. So I think he may really love Oprah.
Well, I think she's a good role model for, you know, people who were. I mean, she sounds like she had a humble beginning and she
Yes,
worked her way up to the top,
yes, she did.
which which these queens also have to do.
Which is brings us to that challenge. It was the Oprah challenge.
Okay, so the challenge was there were 3 questions and you had to answer them, like, you had to write them down, right?
Yeah, that
And
one.
and and you had to guess what do they have in common. And
Right.
I felt like the first question was ridiculously easy, and the second 2 were, like, impossible to get.
I know. She asked something about the Marx Brothers. I'm like, wait, what does Marx Brothers have to do with Drag Race? Huh?
Groucho and Groucho
Harpo.
Harpo. If it weren't for this, I wouldn't have known Harpo, but Groucho's the only one I know. Do you know the other one?
No.
Yeah, no, me neither. We would've we would've lost right there if we were
Exactly. But this was like their little one of their little mini games. Yeah, mini challenge. And so surprisingly, like half the people got it. I think they were like, "Oh, Harpo."
Yes, very surprisingly so, considering I think one of them might have misspelled Chicago. Like, it's
Oh
like,
my God, I didn't catch that. That's
I was like, "Wait,
awesome.
is that Is he missing a" I think it's hilarious because it kind of I was like, there's continuity with that. Like,
Oh.
it's a harbinger of things to come.
True. I do think that maybe some of these people aren't the most educated, but that's okay. But I think maybe some of them, I don't know. I just pick up things in their grammar or spelling, and I know some of them have language. You know, their English is their second language. At least one of them, uh, Nina Flowers.
Yes.
But
Oh, 2 of
and
them, BB as well.
oh, BB
Y
too. That's right.
Yeah.
So you do see that, but of course I'm not hating because I mean I respect that they're trying, doing their best.
No, and I actually like seeing people's I mean, I don't know, like, their struggles are in some ways our struggles. It may be in a
Yeah,
different way, someone maybe came from a different country and had to overcome adversities and learn another language. I was like, well, BB's English is way better than my Swahili or whatever her language
yeah,
that
exactly.
BB's first language was, and Nina's English is way better than my Spanish.
Mhm. I would say the same with my Japanese. I'm like, okay, they like BB's English is way better than my Japanese. Maybe me and Nina. No, no, Nina's English is better than my Japanese too.
Well, could you have correctly written Chicago in Japanese?
Yes. Wait,
Oh,
Chicago, Chicago. I think so.
oh, that's pretty
Chicago.
good.
Yeah, yeah. But still, I couldn't do a talk show in Japanese. Like Nina and Bibi are doing in English when it's not their first language. I couldn't do a reality show in Japanese without tons of misunderstandings and errors.
Oh my god, yeah, mine would all be in miming.
Yeah, I'd be like, eat food.
Eat?
I No, I'm doing a hand sign that you can't see because it's not on video. I'm doing spoon to mouth. Food, hungry. Sorry. Um, that.
I'm glad yeah, I'm glad they didn't do
Oh my God. Are we still talking about Drag Race?
that.
Okay, so
Okay,
they
so
did
Oprah.
this challenge, and
Yes.
then they were asked to do a look like Oprah, or be a look inspired by Oprah, right?
Yes, correct. I thought it was a great challenge. I was like, "Okay."
I
I
like the challenge idea. Um,
Yeah, channeling someone and just getting someone's, like, energy.
yeah, but I do wish someone had at least tried to look like Oprah. That would have been entertaining, but no one did, really.
I just well, I think they initially did try to, and then we immediately saw the problem with that.
Right,
Like,
right.
when Jade tried to do blackface, this is the note I wrote down. It's like, "Oh, no. No, 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 no. Don't do it.
That's gonna haunt you, girl.
No, girl, I know you're Puerto Rican, and I don't know that I don't know if yeah, it's not kosher. No, you can't do it."
Oh my God. Well, I remember she was like, "Oh, I thought I'm supposed to look like Oprah." And then she realized she can be inspired by Oprah. But still, no one actually looked like Oprah, not even the black contestants. No one did it like Oprah. I would have liked to have seen that, but I was okay with the way they did it.
Like, oh my god, like if someone were to do it, how do you think they would have achieved
Oh,
it?
oh, okay. Let's say BB did it. Put on
Right?
a fat suit, right? This would
Okay.
be even more offensive. And then put on
Oh
a
god.
business woman suit kind of thing, and then have
Yes.
the hair like Oprah's hairstyle. I think she could have done it,
Oh,
and
that
then
like that
carry
little
a
bob,
mic out. What?
like that little bob, like
Yeah,
the.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then she could have a microphone, and like when she comes out, she could be like, "Hello." I don't know, something like that.
I don't. The hello thing. I don't think that's within BB's wheelhouse.
Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Oh, and she could have been
Um.
throwing money out, making it rain. Like
Oh yes,
that's very
yes.
Oprah, right?
I would have loved it.
Oh well,
I,
it didn't happen.
no, and I'm glad that Jade decided to immediately wipe off the, oh god, the blackface that
Yes,
she
I
was
think
doing.
that was a good idea. But Jade, okay, wait, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because where do you
Okay.
want to go next? The next challenge, or you want to talk more about that?
Uh, oh no, we can talk about. Well, I think Jade is. I think Jade is cute, but I don't know. I think Jade might have relied on his or her cuteness for too long.
Oh yeah, Jade is cute. Well, I think has a nice face. Um, but in drag still looks kind of boyish. Which can be okay for some people, but I don't think that's what she's going for. Uh, I think I still see boy qualities, male qualities. Um, yeah,
Well, I also feel like like if you're cute or if you're good looking, sometimes like your sense of humor and your other assets go underdeveloped because they haven't had to use it.
yeah, yeah. Um, that's a good point. Like walking, how to walk, or personality,
Yes,
uh,
yes, how to talk.
or
Now,
confidence.
yeah, well, uggos like me, we we got that.
Oh, please. You're not ugly. Everyone, Ward is really hot, in case you didn't notice. You'll see his
Well,
picture on the
thank
pod
God.
art now, on the podcast
Uh,
art.
well, now I'm blushed. Well, and then Akasha's face fat. That's the other thing.
Oh, Akasha's face fat. What do you mean face fat? You mean like she has a baby face, or what do you mean? Did I miss a
No, no,
line?
no, no, no. Okay, so she was putting on like face fillers to look like Oprah.
Wait, wait. When you say face fillers, you don't mean like injections, do you?
No, no, no. She had like so in one of the shots in the show, she literally put on like putty on her face.
Oh, I didn't catch that. I just thought she was putting on makeup
So before the makeup, she put on putty first, I think,
to make it bigger.
to make it, I guess, more Oprah-like.
Oh. Well, I saw her makeup like before she finished her makeup, and to me, I didn't notice that, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay, so when she actually put on the makeup, I think she didn't go through with it
Oh,
because
okay,
it
okay.
was in one of the shots when Jade was doing blackface. Oh my god, and
Hmm.
then Akasha was putting on face fat. I was like, oh my god, no, no.
Wow. You know, there's so many problems that come up in this challenge: racism, body image,
Hmm.
and then when I was just talking about Jade looking manly, I just thought, is that really appropriate this day and age to even say that?
I think it is. I mean, it's a
Mm. Well, yeah, I guess
I,
you're trying to look like a woman, but what is a woman really these days? It's like, wow.
well, I mean, they actually the judges called out Angina for looking like a little boy,
Yes, yes, they did.
right?
But then, okay, I
This is
under
also the 2009.
right, right, and it seems like okay, I get it. I do. I even agree to a certain extent. But then I think, oh well, where is gender now? We're being
Right.
very fluid with gender. And you know what? I haven't watched it yet. The newest season of Drag Race, season 13.
Mhm.
They have a trans man who is a drag queen. So female to male
Ooh,
doing drag. And I'm like,
okay.
and then they have another drag queen who never wears wigs and kind of comes off like a butch lesbian, but is a drag queen. So
Okay.
very different. They, I heard RuPaul didn't want to, was not wanting to go in this direction early on. There was like some pushback on him for that, but apparently he's on board now, and now they're just gender fucking the hell out of it.
I like it. Well, okay, 2009, it was a different landscape.
It
It
was.
was.
And they were not looking for that. They wanted you should look like a woman, a stereotypical, maybe not stereotypical, but you need to look like what we think of as a drag queen, which looks like a woman. I think that's what they wanted.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. I think that's also why Akasha, like, after she put on the face fat thing,
Mhm.
and again, I was like, every time I see anyone with any facial putty, I think Klingon or Ferengi. Yeah, Ferengi too. From Star Trek. I was
Yes.
like, this is not a good look for anyone. But which I think, which is why after, like the producers must have said, no, no, lose the putty.
Probably so. But
Yeah,
they caught a little footage of it before she dropped it. Just like they
they
did
had to.
with Jade. They caught her getting ready, to do blackface and they're like, producer's meeting.
Well, they had to show a clip of it. They
Oh,
had to throw some
yeah.
shade.
Right. We'll
Oh,
never let that bitch work again. What were you saying?
um. Oh, I wrote down a note that says Chanel made a point of her weight loss.
Oh, she did. Yeah. She was inspired by Oprah.
That's right.
I could totally get that because I tried to lose weight with Oprah, but it didn't work for me.
I haven't tried to lose weight the way Oprah did because I can't
Yeah.
afford to. Girl, you're expensive. um,
Right.
but good for Chanel. That,
Yeah, good for Chanel. That's a lot of weight to lose, and it looks like she kept it off.
yep. Um, and then I think maybe like I feel like Chanel in this episode was almost too enthusiastic.
I agree. It's like she was doing it for the cameras, right? Like, or doing it
Yeah,
for the coverage. She wanted to be included. She wanted to be liked. She mentioned the weight loss with Oprah. I almost thought to please RuPaul in a way.
right. And I feel like there's always that that person at work where it's like, oh hey, I'm totally into this, whatever whatever the new work mantra is, and you're like, yeah,
Right.
I'm totally into this, and you're like, everyone else is like, I don't know.
Right. 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 Yeah. She does. Well, she is pretty perfect for her kind of drag, which to me is like totally Vegas drag. but um,
Right.
but she is really good at it. That her look. But she also seems perfect in every way, right? And that, yeah,
That was the criticism, and
right.
obviously, she's not perfect.
Of course not. Which kind of makes the criticism invalid because we know nobody's perfect, no matter how
You know,
perfect you act.
what do you think? Okay, so when someone says, because okay, you know how there are code words people use.
Yeah.
People like, oh, you're too regional. It just means like, or like you're too. I don't know. They're like corporate code words that people
Yes.
use,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
I feel like perfect was kind of a code word.
I agree. I think what they really said, well, maybe what when RuPaul, okay, we're going to the end, uh, but we can come back. But RuPaul said you're too, but then she said you need to be more vulnerable. I think that's the good feedback. Not that you're too perfect, that you need to show its vulnerability.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's what. Yeah.
I think I think maybe the feedback was that Chanel was being too superficial.
Yes, yes. Show us your
Yeah.
real self. You don't
Yes.
always have to act like you what people want you to see. I'm guilty of that myself. I do that in my own life. You know,
I,
maybe we all do.
yeah. We all have our moments.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Okay,
yeah,
that's another shade, Jason, that I learned from
yeah,
Rue.
yes. Ward, you're too perfect.
Oh, Jason, you're more too perfect.
I think, but you're kind of regional.
Bitch, I'm from San Jose and I'm proud of it. So
Oh God. I think regional is the best. They're like, oh,
yes.
regional.
Perfect is another good one. I think I'm gonna use that a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Because it's a like a backhanded compliment. They may never
Yeah.
catch on what you mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Until the end, you vote against him and stab him in the back. I mean,
Okay. So after after the Oprah, well, during this, then they get an extra surprise challenge, right? Or I don't know if it's a surprise, but they have to interview some famous people.
okay, yeah. So they had to do a teleprompter read of a news thing.
Oh
They
shoot,
had to
that's right. That came first. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right, and then they had to endorse like a QVC product style, like
Yeah,
endorse a
they had to
product.
do a lot. Oh my god.
Yeah, and then do interview Tori Spelling and her then husband, current husband,
Yeah,
her husband.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they're still together. But you're right. They had to do three more things, and this is all before the runway.
That's I feel like that was the real challenge. I feel like the runway was I don't know, that was the runway was just a quick runway shot.
True, and it was their drag, so it wasn't like they had to. They actually didn't do the Oprah look on the runway. The Oprah look was just for these little mini challenges they were doing.
I think the Oprah look was a better challenge than just the runway because it
Yeah,
kind of it kind of draws out more of their personality and it's a test of them as performers.
isn't it funny that that would draw out more of their personality than their own best drag, which came at the end?
I learned more about these people from the Oprah challenge than just their
Yeah,
drag.
I agree. And it was interesting who did well and who didn't. Like,
Yes, I was surprised.
I think the teleprompter thing, most people were okay, except that as a lot of people couldn't pronounce the names. And honestly, there were some that I didn't know. And I'm like, oh, I wouldn't know how to say that either.
Okay, to be fair, they were written in English of names in another language,
Yes,
right?
yes, right.
So that in itself is challenging.
Of course. I heard one of them read a Japanese name and screw it up. I mean, but I would have too if I hadn't said Japanese, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and oh my god, it was oh, Rue was brutal on these queens. I mean, some of these queens could not. I don't think they could read well.
No. I think that's another show of the education thing. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not
Well,
hating. No.
I'm not reading either. Reading through a teleprompter is I. I've never done it. Have you?
You know what? I don't think I've ever done that. No. I've read
Did you have to do that
karaoke.
on the X Factor?
On the X Factor, I didn't read from a teleprompter, but the host did, so I could see their teleprompter.
Oh, okay.
So I know what it's like, but I didn't read myself. Mine was all live, unscripted. Yes, there is some reality in reality television.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I. But did it seem like it would be difficult?
Not really. It's pretty big text. So it's big text. Uh, I don't know what they if they were reading from a classical teleprompter or cards. I think some people
Oh.
still use cards, or at least they used to. You know, like written cards.
I just wrote down that like I was like I think only half of the queens could read well. I
Oh my
was-
god, that's so funny.
oh,
Wow. Well, what does that tell us?
But
I
I
don't know.
feel like that's also a season 1 thing. I feel like everyone in, like, season 13
Oh yeah,
would read
I think so. Well, now in the days of social media, you kind of have to read. Well,
right.
I guess a bit. Maybe they've brushed up on their reading skills. Why is that? Why can they read better now? I don't know.
Well, I will say this, I feel like the people who, like, English is not their first language,
Yeah.
BB did really well,
Yes, I agree.
and I even feel like Nina Flowers did really well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, English is clearly not her first language, but
Right.
she held down the fort.
I agree. She did her best. And then they did that the product thing, and I think Nina Flowers was the best on the product, the QVC thing.
I do too.
Yeah.
I
She's like,
feel like
and
she was
you
so earnest.
blend. Yes, she was. The
She was
others,
so earnest.
yeah, I thought, why aren't they bringing more energy or humor to this? Like they really could have.
I feel like Angina actually did pretty good too. Like
She did, yeah.
with both with both her product and um her interview.
I thought she did well too, but even on her product, I could have gone for a little more over the top. But it was good. I just thought it could have been funnier.
I do too, and I don't know. I think that's just a hard challenge.
It is, yes. It's hard to
It's
know
not
what
an
to
easy
do with
challenge.
something that blows when you're a drag queen.
God, so many missed opportunities, Jason. Not one of them put the blow dryer in their mouths or their
That's true. They
or their
didn't
crack.
actually, right? Okay,
But
so that
maybe
mhm,
I don't know. Maybe in 2009, people were a little bit more prudish.
maybe, or maybe they were unsure what they could do on this show because it's brand new. That's probably part of it
Right.
too. These people, we should give them credit because they did set the bar for other people to follow, even if it was a low bar. But they had
There's
to
that
do
shade
it
again. You're
first.
getting really good. Oh, you're getting really good at the shade thing, Jason.
Well, but any season after that, at least they had some kind of clue what was going to happen. The first
Right.
season, they
Correct.
didn't. Yeah.
Correct. And to be fair, some of these contestants were like local weekend bar performers,
Yeah,
and they
totally.
had a routine written out, and that was it. That was a routine.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, you're basically asking them to do improv. You're asking them to do acting. You're asking them
true.
to do interviewing. Those are not
Yeah,
skills that I don't know. They're skills that sometimes take years hone in.
that is a great point. It is so true. Um, but in the interview, well, I like BB. She did a great job. Nina, how did Nina do? I can't remember.
She wasn't bad. I again, like Nina has this presence and this earnestness
Hmm.
that like I think just draws people in.
Yeah.
I feel like she just reads the cards as they are. She's like, "How was your, wedding?" And
Oh,
I
that's
don't know. She,
right. But then she said HIV.
oh
Instead of, it was like hit TV series, and she's like, "How is your HIV?" Hold on. That was funny.
okay, like okay, 2000s were a weird time, right? Because like if you were in the 90s, HIV would have been like a big like
Not
drop the
funny.
mic,
Right.
whole room like air sucked out of the room thing.
Right. Right. Right.
And if it were now, people are like, "Oh, that's so stupid." you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. 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 Exactly. But even Tori and her husband made a joke about that. He was like, "How's your HIV, Tori?" And they laughed, and I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh,
it's
can
so
we laugh about
2000.
this? Okay."
Yes, yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
This was like the George Bush years slash early Obama years, so different
Oh yeah.
times.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So okay. BB is again one of those people who has just her confidence and I don't know. She implies a sense of self worth. I don't know if it's real, but it's definitely implied, and it comes across in the interview too. I think.
Yeah, she was very graceful and almost
Just
Oprah-like,
a,
I will say.
oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
true.
but right? Like she was dignified and she was, I thought she looked a little nervous, to be honest.
Oh, probably. Yeah, probably a little nervous. But still I was thinking pretty good job. Uh
Right.
Akasha sitting and not standing. I agree that maybe she should have stood up to greet them. But I wouldn't have noticed it if they hadn't called it out.
Me neither. I don't think that was the deal breaker.
Yeah, yeah.
I felt like her energy, however, like the way they
Yeah,
presented it, her energy was off.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but the what did you think about Chanel? Cuz
Oh,
that's
Chanel.
I thought
So
that
regional. So so perfect.
well, I know, so perfect. So I thought the editing had something to do with it, but then it did seem like she may have actually asked like a whole lot of questions at once, and that Tori was like, "Whoa." I think that could have been real, and I was like, "Oh, that's maybe too many questions to ask in one sentence."
Yeah, I don't know. Being a reporter and being a good interviewer, I don't think that was in Chanel's wheelhouse.
Yeah, yeah, probably not. She seemed to talk over them. Of course, I don't know how much was editing and that made it look like she was always talking over them, but it did appear to be that way in the clips.
Well, I mean, Tori Spelling herself kind of made it into a point of saying, "Hey, let me answer these questions."
Right, right.
Right. So I don't think Tori was happy about that.
No, probably not. Probably not.
I don't know. Tori gives some pretty brutally honest notes, I will say,
She
like immediately.
did. But then I also wonder like, behind the scenes, what are the producers telling her, or what are they telling her to say or asking her to say or answer
Oh, that's
to
true.
make it come across that way? Like, for example, they could ask, this would happen on the X Factor too. They ask a question like, so when someone asks you too many questions, what does that feel like? And then you answer that, and then they use it in a clip with that activity happening, even if Tori wasn't aware that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, I
then they play
see.
that clip of her talking about someone interrupting. It's like, it's yeah. So they can play with us that way, but that's TV.
Yes. That being said, I do feel like maybe interviewing people is not Chanel's strongest point or
Maybe
strongest
not.
skill set. And then
Who? Yeah.
Jade, I wrote down. Oh God, Jade. The only note I wrote down was good abs.
That's what Tori's husband said too. I'm
Although
sorry,
I
but
do think Jade is
no.
hot.
Jade is hot. You mean like as a girl or a guy or both?
I'm gonna say both, but
Okay.
Jade is a good looking young performer.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Whatever happened to Jade? Did Jade just disappear? I'm
I don't
gonna
know. We'll
Google
find
right
out in
now.
subsequent episodes. But again, it just goes to say
Oh, sorry, Google's talking. Hey, Google, stop. Oh my God. Okay, sorry, what were you saying?
no. I was going to say like okay, so like that's the other thing with good-looking people.
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like Jade was lucky enough where they didn't have to develop the interviewing skills and the slapsticky skills that Angina had to develop or someone else
Oh,
had to develop.
right. Because she just looked good.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you're probably right. They could lean on their looks. She could lean on her
Mhm.
looks, and a lot of people seem to do that. Not the Kardashians. I mean, that's a different story. They have real talent, but other people.
Well, okay, so, I mean, Kim isn't she studying to be a lawyer or something like that?
Kim is, yes, she is. She is studying to be a lawyer.
Right. And I don't know, like, say what you will about the Kardashians, stupid she is not.
No, she's not. I'm being shady. I'm just being shady. I'm just being regional.
Isn't Kim so perfect? Oh my god.
She's just too perfect.
Bless her heart.
Oh my god. Okay, I just want to let you know that I found Jade's Instagram, okay? And she
Okay.
is still active and she and he posts and you might want to check it out cuz some of him is showing off a lot of body including that crotch.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the crotch.
Off camera, off
No, no, no,
mic.
during the
Oh, yes we
final.
are.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay.
And
Okay,
yes,
so was
I'm
there anyone
Google
else?
Google image that, right now.
Yeah, yeah. Is there anyone else interviews that we need to talk about? I think I can't remember anyone else. Oh, Glasscock, Rebecca Glasscock.
Yes. What
She
did
was good. She
she was
put
good.
her hand on her chin and was a good listener. Remember? She was like,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. I feel like she kind of flew under the radar for this one.
She did, but I think she did a good job. She was good. She was listening. That was
Right?
important. Yeah.
Good for her.
Good for her. So, I better stop looking at these Jade pictures so I can concentrate.
Focus, Jason, focus.
Should we move on to the runway?
Yes, please.
Okay. So um well, I can just straight out say my favorite moment is Chanel's head thing falling off and I hated the costume. I It looked very Vegas and Halloweenish, but it just didn't really work for me that much. I don't like that swirly on her boobs. I don't know what that is. It didn't even look
Oh,
like
okay.
drag to me. I mean, maybe it looked otherworldly, not necessarily drag. I don't know.
It was. I mean, again, it reminded me of Star Trek. I felt like,
Yeah, like a Star
right?
Trek character. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good way to put it.
she was like a Cardassian, or like a
Kardashian, Kardashian.
that's right.
If only
Um,
she had said that. Oh
well,
well.
no, but they weren't around yet, were they?
Well, oh,
That's
maybe
how
not. Yeah, yeah.
that's how long ago this was.
Wow, amazing. But
Okay,
okay, yeah.
I didn't mind the Medusa look, but
Hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It was very Vegas showy.
Yeah, yeah. And the posture, Chanel's posture is so Vegas to me. It's like perfect posture all the time. I think she could actually loosen up a little bit on that.
Yes, I do too. Oh, okay. So that's the other thing about Chanel that I felt like that's what RuPaul meant by perfect
Hmm.
is range. Like I feel
Range.
like yeah, I feel like she's kind of stuck in this one range
Hmm.
where we
Hmm.
would love to see them to go into different ranges.
Yes, that's a good point. Of course, no one can do everything, but maybe just change it up a bit.
Yeah, just change it up a bit.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes go from for high status, sometimes go for middle or low status.
Oh my god. I think I just had a realization, right? Okay, so remember how she said she has so much clothing? This is way in the beginning. And she brought all her stuff with her. And I feel like
Right,
she's working with everything she brought, but that is all her look. So it keeps her trapped in that look for this whole
right,
show, possibly.
right.
I don't know what she does later, but yeah.
Yeah, so I think she maybe the girl just needs to show her range.
Yeah. Get off the range, honey.
Mhm.
If you can't
Oh,
sit on the range, don't sit on it.
don't don't wipe her ass at all.
Whatever. Okay.
Oh, Deborah Wilson. So that's
Oh,
actually one of the judges that I actually recognize. I loved her in Mad TV.
Me too. I loved her Whitney actually more than her Oprah.
Yes,
Did you ever see her
and
Whitney impersonations?
I did. She
Oh yeah.
I don't think anyone can do that in 2020 nowadays. They
Probably
were
not.
I mean, I'm not one to judge. Who am I to judge? But I was like, "Oh god, can she do that?"
I know, right? Uh, I love Whitney, but I love what she did. You see the Whitney and Bobby Christmas special on Mad TV? It's so funny. Oh
No,
my
it
god.
sounds very funny and offensive.
Oh my god.
And
Diane Sawyer comes to their house for Christmas. It's hilarious. Anyway.
she also does I think she also does a character named like Queen Bunifa or something like that.
Oh shoot, I don't remember that one. Or maybe I would if I saw it.
Um, it's hilarious. It is definitely not politically correct.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. But
Um, she's
good
a
judge.
really good actress.
She is. She is. I haven't seen her do other stuff. Have you seen her do serious stuff?
I haven't. Actually, I haven't seen her in anything else other than Mad TV.
Same. I
But
think the same, yeah.
I don't know. She was amazing. Yes. Okay. So she was Queen Bunifa Latifa Khalifa Sharifa Jackson on,
I
on
am
Mad
not
TV.
laughing. That is so offensive.
I am too. I'm coughing from not COVID, but something else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
no, she's a really good performer.
Yes, very good. And didn't get enough credit because Mad didn't do as well as it probably should have.
Yeah, not as
Going up
well as
against
SNL.
SNL, yeah, it was a challenge. But okay. And the other judge, wait, was there another guest judge or was it just her?
There
Was it
was.
just
I
her?
wrote it down as someone else. It was Meryl Santino, someone else, and Deborah Wilson.
That is so sad. We don't remember the other.
I
Neither
remember
of us.
he was fine.
Okay, I don't even remember his face, and I just watched it. What the heck?
I think it was
Okay,
an older, I want to say older gentleman.
maybe so. Like Carson.
No, oh, shade, shade.
I'm sorry, that's total shade. I'm so regional.
No,
Anyway,
no, it was like it was a gentleman of a certain age,
yes,
like
okay,
a lot older. Yeah. So
yes, and
so that person was there too.
the exciting Santino, as you mentioned, he just makes takes my breath away every time.
Okay, Santino was nice this episode. I feel like Santino was like on a leash.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like the judges didn't really say that much this time on this
No, this
episode.
is all like RuPaul's call.
Hmm. So, and then Meryl Ginsburg, yeah, she's fine. Whatever. No problem.
You do you, Meryl.
You do you, Meryl. You do it so well.
Hmm.
So anyway, the thing begins, the runway, and
Yes.
hmm, well, BB's look was amazing. I remember seeing that the first time and being like, "Wow, that looks so good."
I That was a strong look,
Yeah,
and I wrote down a note of like okay, BB's look was very very big, right?
yeah, yeah.
A lot of hair, and
Lot.
it reminded me of Sweetums from the Muppets. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, though, isn't he in the band?
No, Google image Sweetums.
Sweetums?
Sweetums
Okay.
Muppets. And it is very big and a lot of hair and just like on a
Oh
1 to
yes,
10
yes, yes,
level.
yes, 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 yes. I know who
On a
that
1
is.
to
It's the big hairy monster one. Yeah,
That's correct. It is just cute. I wanna hug BB.
yeah. Oh my god, that is so weird.
I'm trying to throw shade. I'm not good at it, but I'm just saying, like, it's not a glamorous look, right?
I
I
thought it
don't
was
I
glamorous. You didn't think
Oh,
so?
okay. Okay.
Weird.
I wrote I didn't think it was super glamorous. It was definitely not like a sexy look, like right?
Oh. I thought
Or
I see, I thought it was, how do you say it? It felt like a high fashion look to me.
yes, it was a high fashion look.
Mhm.
I will agree to that. But it also reminds me of Sweetums.
You may be the first person to ever say that, and it shall go down in drag race history because people cling to our every word.
That's right. Hey, you know what? There's a type for everyone. You know
There
what?
is.
Yeah.
Some people like Sweetums, some people like Chanel.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's an interesting take on BB's look. Sweetums, can we just call her that now? Is that
No, no, no.
somehow
I like
racist?
I like
I don't
BB a
know.
lot. I'm trying to no. Well, no,
No, I
Sweetums.
love BB. I love BB. Um, who else? Nina.
Uh, Nina looked good, as
Yeah, she looked
always.
good. I think she looked
She,
good too. She kind of a simple look, but it was fine.
they called it like a Madonna.
I totally saw that. Did you see it? Like,
Yeah,
did you see the Madonna? I could see the Madonna.
I did too, and
Yeah.
I felt like maybe maybe it was like Madonna crossed with a little bit of Martha Stewart,
Oh my.
because it wasn't all Madonna. It was like
I want to see Madonna Stewart now. I want to see who that
yeah,
character is.
there's a harshness to it. But
They are the same person.
I
um,
dug it. I dug it.
me too. Me too. It was cool. It was fine for me. It was good. Um,
Um,
yeah.
I thought Angina looked good.
Oh yeah, she did look good. That was a good look for her. The
Yes.
to me she comes across like a like I don't know. Because she has the shaved head, I almost feel like lesbian, hot
Yeah.
lesbian.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was okay. It was oddly feminine.
Yes.
Not that little boy look that people sometimes pan her for, but like it was
True.
oh, it was a pretty feminine look.
It was. It really worked. That did work for her. I
Good for
definitely
her.
agree. Yeah.
Oh, Jason, you have a lot of chafing going on. Is there something chafing you?
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I guess my mic is rubbing against my nipple here. Sorry.
Very good. Are you all hot and bothered by Sweetums? Is that your type?
I'm
You
just
just
yeah, I'm just touching myself a little, thinking about Sweetums. Okay, is the chafing gone?
yes, it is.
Oh, okay, good. But the pleasure's not. No, just kidding.
Oh no.
Uh, okay, so what about wait, what's her name? Akila? No, no, no. Akisha? No.
Akasha?
Akasha. Thank you. Akasha.
I don't know about her. I felt like I felt like her look on runway walks
Mhm.
are very similar.
Yeah, but this one, she actually, I liked the dress, but she fell,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was
And then
unfortunate. Mm.
I I have to say like I feel like that's one of these things that where if you fall, you just have to lean into it because you're doing a
Mhm.
live performance.
That's right. And she did.
And
I
she
mean, she got
did.
back up. Yeah.
I feel like she I don't know. I would have been terrified too if I were in her shoes, but I feel like she needed to lean into it and just like really go after it.
Yeah. Well, she could have
And she
done
didn't.
more. Yeah. And when she walked off, it wasn't like a great walk off. It kind of looked like she was done.
She looked defeated.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true.
Yeah. Too bad.
Yeah. Too
I was
bad.
actually starting to really like Akasha and root for her.
Me too. In fact, I don't know why we don't hear more about Akasha because I thought she was a good character.
Because I feel like I don't know, her personality was starting to come out, and it was like
True.
her. I don't know, like she felt a little insecure, but like who hasn't been there? I've been there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Me too. I guess we all have. Oh, Akasha is on Instagram. I just Googled her. And
Ooh.
uh I should follow her. Yeah, she's active. Last post like 2 weeks ago.
I'm gonna follow both of them, Jade and Akasha, after after we're done with this show.
But which one will you jack off to?
We'll see how they age in 11 years. I mean, um, neither. They're both
Oh yes, yes,
respectable professionals.
exactly.
Oh, speaking of whom, okay, I didn't see the shot where they showed Jade's package, but apparently RuPaul commented on it.
Yes, and I did see the shot. It wasn't that big. I wasn't like a huge, but there was just like a little bit of something there, enough where it kind of stuck out, like unlike a woman. I think that's why they pointed it out. But it wasn't like she wasn't tucking at all.
I mean,
But
it
there was something there,
can't be that big if I couldn't see it. I mean, I was
right?
like, right? I was like, I don't see what they're talking about, but I will. I don't know. I have to go back and rewind and freeze and zoom
Yeah.
in.
Or just look at her Instagram.
Okay, okay, I'm on it. Please don't
uh,
block me, Jade. I will zoom in and say hello.
Jade, can you please be on our show? We want to talk to you about a
That's right.
drag.
That's right. Video chat.
Yeah, please. And can you move the camera down, Jade? Sorry, your face. Yeah, there we go. Oh, your doggy's having fun.
Oh, my dog is going crazy. I'm sorry. Let
What
me
kind?
close that door up.
Okay, okay.
Sometimes. Puppy, no.
Wow. I love it. I love it. This is real, y'all. We are keeping it real.
Okay, I'm back.
We're keeping it real, Ward, aren't we?
We're keeping it real. Even my dog's excited about Jade's package. So good
Oh my god. Yeah,
for
that's what
him.
triggered him.
Oh,
uh
what else did I write down? Are we missing? What did you think of Rebecca Glasscock's
oh, for the
costume?
drag look, for the
Yes.
runway. I thought she looked good, you know? I didn't have any she has a beautiful face, I think, and makeup.
Yeah.
But I did notice one comment RuPaul made about her walk. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess she has a kind of masculine walk, maybe.
I mean, I wrote down like I felt like her look was just female impersonation
Yeah, yeah.
for this particular walk.
Mhm.
And I felt like it was almost too much like a regular, lady.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Like you need a little more with drag, right?
I feel like you do, but I don't know.
No, I think you
I feel like you
do.
do.
I think
Yeah.
drag is an exaggeration of a woman usually. It's not being just a woman, but it's like a caricature of a woman. Because if you're just a woman, then you would just be a woman, right? I mean, I don't know.
Right?
I guess I guess you could do it however you want,
Yeah.
but when I watch drag, I do kind of expect entertainment, not just looking like a woman.
Oh, this is the other note I wrote down that
Mhm.
Jade is not a great comedic performer.
No, Jade, well, I love Jade, but she she doesn't have a lot of energy. I think it's her
Right.
lack of confidence that destroys all this stuff for her.
Yeah, yeah. And again, I go back to okay, so well, Jason, you've done your fair share of comedic performances.
Yes.
I I will s- I will make a not so controversial statement to say that I think like there are very few like model good looking people who are great comedic performers.
That is so true.
Except
That is so
except
true.
you and
Oh,
you know.
please. Are you
It's just hard, right?
It is hard. It is hard. But there are some. Oh, you know a good example, Chelsea Handler. Okay, maybe not model, but she's pretty. I mean, she's pretty
She
hot,
is.
but she's funny too. But
She is.
usually
She is.
that's not the case. You're right.
Maybe it's harder. well, maybe it's harder for boys because I have not seen that many really good-looking boys who are
That's true.
great comedic performers.
That is so true. Or maybe these guys who are funny, they don't even try. But okay, we've talked about this. Comedy. People who are funny are often actually depressed, or I don't remember how it goes. But
Uh-huh.
you've heard that, right?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Stand-up comics are a okay, Jason. I've gone to my fair share of stand-up open mics,
Yeah.
and that is that can be a really dark crowd.
Right.
Yeah,
Even though they can be funny, but
they're hilarious.
yeah, but then of course there's people who aren't funny. That's always
Right.
uncomfortable.
Right.
Oh, in fact, come to think of it, I was at a comedy show in English here in Tokyo about a year ago, and it was an open mic, and different people did their sets, and the most unfunny person was the hottest girl. Now, I'm
I
not
wish
saying that's always true, but
I wish that were an exception, but I often find that to be the truth.
right? And then
Yeah.
people probably like want to sleep with her and say like, "We love you. You were great. Want to come over?"
See, female Jade, that's her.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, so everyone competed
That's
and
right.
everyone did their runway, and then we had the bottom two. Are you ready for that?
I'm ready for that.
Okay, it was sorry, Chanel and Akasha.
Shocking.
Not right, not really. Although Chanel,
Chanel's a little surprising, to be fair.
yeah, I mean, mm, who? If I were to pick, who would you have picked? I think Akasha, maybe Akasha because of the fall, especially.
Well, Tasha's energy was off if we were to believe the cuts that they made, that they showed us.
That's true.
Her energy was really off.
You know, I think rather than Chanel, I might have picked Jade, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Girl
Jade,
with danger.
yeah, you in danger, girl.
You're in danger, girl. Big dick and balls can't. I can only get you this far.
Right, exactly. There's just unfortunately like a lack of energy there, a lack of confidence, and that is not a problem for Chanel. With so interesting choice with Chanel, but that's who they picked.
Right?
Um,
Um,
yeah,
I'm trying to think. Maybe Rebecca, but Rebecca didn't do anything bad. I just felt like Rebecca was a little bland this
I
episode.
agree. Yeah, bland, but didn't really make any mistakes exactly. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. But Jade didn't really make mistakes either. Wait, I don't, well, because I don't remember
No.
how her interview went. I don't even know if they showed much footage of her interview. So I don't know if we know how that interview
No.
went, other than the ads.
I
But
feel
yeah,
like yeah, I feel like they just kind of skated by.
yeah, yeah. Uh, so maybe Rebecca, maybe you would have picked.
Maybe Rebecca, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
And
the
so I
yeah,
I don't disagree with their choices of Chanel and um Akasha was definitely there.
yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, well, when you fall
Mhm.
on the runway, that's pretty big problem. But it depends how you pulled it off, and she didn't do
She
enough
didn't.
to
Yeah.
win them over. Yeah, I mean, she got up, but
Yeah.
yeah.
As evidenced actually by the lip sync challenge
Oh yes, so the lip sync challenge.
because
Yeah,
something similar happens, right?
you mean the? Oh yeah, you mean wait, you mean Chanel's wardrobe malfunction?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
okay, Chanel also had a like a little boo-boo during
yeah,
the lip sync challenge,
that's
and
true.
she leaned into it,
True, she did. She kept going, stayed powerful, maybe even more powerful.
and
Yeah,
it worked. I just for that moment, it worked.
yeah, it worked. Uh, but I think like Akasha did a pretty good job performing as well. but it just Chanel outshone her and had
Right.
more confidence and was able to roll with the punches. You know, she was able to shit on the range.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, you got to shit on the range or get off.
Yep. And she shat.
She shat. She shat upon it.
And she shat like a COVID patient who ate tacos.
Chili
Oh,
cheese
tacos make me poop.
taco.
But
Oh, taco
I can't
poop. I know what that's like.
I can't handle the grease.
My lord. Okay. Have you ever heard of acid fire? We've talked about that, right?
No, the fire? I have not heard of that.
That's like when you eat really spicy food, you know, and when you're shitting, your asshole feels like your mouth feels with the spice on it. It
Oh,
actually
yes.
burns.
Yes, I have heard, and in India, I
Experience.
experienced it.
Oh,
Yes.
did you? In India, for God's
Yeah.
sake, was it even worse there? Like, did you have dysentery or something?
No, it was just really spicy food.
Okay. Were you
So it
shitting on
burns
a
a little in
hole?
your throat.
Were you shitting on a hole?
I was, because like, some of the bathrooms out there, they just like, they do a below the ground type of bathroom, so that
Ah,
way you can squat and, so it oof, yeah,
wow,
it was
wow.
tough.
Well,
I I achieved enlightenment when I was in the land of Siddhartha.
because your body was so much lighter after you shat that much.
It was. Thank you for clarifying. I did not achieve mental enlightenment, I literally yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
but I I I I have to hand it to Chanel. I think RuPaul made the right choice.
I agree. I agree. I was sad to see Akasha go. I liked Akasha too, like you're saying. I really wanted to see more of her, but she just couldn't pull
But
it against
to be fair,
Chanel.
her energy was off.
Yeah,
Her energy was off during the interviews, and it was off.
yeah, that's true. It was probably her. Maybe she felt uncomfortable, but it definitely came through.
Yeah.
But
I would like RuPaul said, I think we'll see more of Akasha, and after we're done with recording here, I'm gonna find her on Instagram.
good, good. I just followed her on Instagram. It's her last post says I'm back, so maybe she hadn't been around for a while. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But I'd
Maybe she
love
took a
to,
COVID retreat and went hiking
right?
or yeah.
I'd love to see more of her too. I'd love to see more of Jade of all these people. You know, uh, do you remember last last episode? Miss Tammy Brown was eliminated.
Correct. I like Tammy
Yeah,
a
you
lot.
know, Tammy is one of the ones who got really famous after this and is still pretty well known and talked about and stuff.
Oh, good for her. I'll follow
Yeah,
her on the gram too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, well, that was this show. Anything else you want to say about it?
No. How many
Oh, dicks or
Oprah
dildos.
cards would you give
How many what?
dildos, or how many dildos would you give to this episode?
Do we do on a scale of 10 or 5? I can't remember.
I'll go with 10 this time.
Okay, 10. So I would give it, oh God. I'm gonna, just because I don't want to give it the best, I'm gonna give it 9 dildos because I thought it was very entertaining.
I thought it was really entertaining too. I'll give it 9 inches of J Dick out of 10.
You know, she might have it. Did you look at her Instagram yet?
Not yet.
There's one
I,
of him
I,
in
I
a
like it.
jockstrap. Mm-hmm.
Oh
Okay.
wow. Oh.
Oh yes.
I felt like they were coming into like they were getting more comfortable, and they were finding their voices.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. And the editors were finding the voices they wanted to hear as well.
That's right.
They did a good job.
Yes.
Okay, well, that was fun. Thanks for chatting, Ward.
Oh, thank you, Jason. I can't wait to watch the next episode.
Me too. Hope
And
everyone's
hopefully
enjoying the show.
and hopefully we'll be watching it in a world that's a better place than
I sure hope
January of
so.
2021.
Yes, we need things to get better. No more
Yes.
corona, or at least a lot more
Less of it,
vaccinations. Yes,
a lot less of it. Yeah.
and a lot less Donald Trump. Please. Oh, and
More J Dick.
yes. Oh, and self promo. Please watch my YouTube, Jason Brock. It's Jason Broccoli, all one word. Same. My Twitter and Instagram are the same, and my website is jasonbrockvocals.com, and where you can buy Jason Brock merch, like a mask with my face on it. Thank you.
That's right. Valentine's Day is coming up. You if you need a present.
Exactly. It's a great gift.
Yeah.
Show them you
I don't
really
have any
like
plugs right now. I'm not doing any shows right now, but oh, check out Travel Medicine podcast. We talk about travel medicine and infotainment stuff. So
it. It is very entertaining.
good thing to listen to.
So people just search
It's a good
travel
thing to listen to.
medicine, right?
It's on all the platforms. Travel medicine.
And you said it's a good thing to listen to when?
Oh, during the pandemic, because it's both
Oh,
informative and we try to make light of things.
that's a good idea. Yes. I need to listen again. I used to listen a lot and then I sort of fell off, but I did love the show, so I agree. Go listen to that podcast. Ward is on it. Not
Woohoo!
every episode now, but right? You're on some of the episodes now?
Some of the episodes, yes,
Oh, okay. But if you start from the beginning, he's on all of
that's correct.
them. Okay, Ward. Well, that was fun. Thanks.
Fun. Okay, woohoo! All right, I'll stop
Yay.
recording now.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take